Okay. Last week, there was a rumor going around that possibly the New York Knicks have found a way to try to get rid of the Julius Randle contract, namely shipping him out to LA for the Lakers for Russell Westbrook. My thoughts on this idea on this plan: a stupid idea. Had we got If we wanted Westbrook, we should have gotten him in the 2008 NBA draft when he was on the board. Or we would have or we should have tanked a lot worse than we did in 2007 season in order to get in the 07-08 season to grab him for the 08-09 season. Had we done that, we wouldn't be in this situation. You think the Randall contract's bad? Russell's contract with the Lakers is far worse. And that just puts another massive hole in the purse of the Knicks. I mean, we're tight on cap space as it is with the contracts we have backed up. And not just Randall's, but I mean also RJ's potential contract, Quickly's contract, Kemba's contract, Fournier's contract, Rose's contract. So yeah, I'm a hard no on shipping Randall out to LA for Westbrook if it means having to take on an even more bloated contract. I don't want it. Throw in the fact that Russell proved he's nothing but a ball hog and a poor shot from behind the arc. I'm not rolling the dice on this one. I mean, this is a trade I do not roll the dice on. Because if they do take that gamble, it's going to end up snake eyes instead of a 7. Instead of coming up 7s, we're going to end up with snake eyes on this one. Throw in house. Throw in what I think should be done. Now, if you want to clear up cap room, here's what you need to do. You need to get a better player to fix the chemistry. Here's what I do. 1, get rid of Nerlens Noel, shipping him out for maybe some future draft capital in a cap dump, in a lightweight cap dump. Maybe a couple of second round picks and future second round picks at best would be within the range of wherever you want to ship Nerlens Noel out to. I'd be okay with that one. I'd be okay with that. Ship out Kemba Walker. You save yourself another $9 million or so. Oh, you don't pay the last year of that contract. You have that $16 million 2-year contract. Maybe ship him out to someone like, say, Sacramento, Detroit, where have you. And you can basically get a piece that's fitting of the spot. or maybe ship Kemba out for more draft capital, as well as to patch up the hole in the cat purse. Now, as for what you do with Derrick Rose, knowing Thibodeau, he'll do everything in his power to keep him, despite the fact he's a glass cannon at this point. But if I were to send someone, sorry, I'm watching 30-minute meals with Jamie Oliver, for those wondering. Anyway, if you're going to get Donovan Mitchell, it'd be tricky, but on the other hand, there's a trade-off in getting him and getting rid of Randall. And getting rid of Randall for him. You give up draft capital, and I don't want to do that. We're still about 6 weeks out from 5 to 6 weeks out from the NBA draft. The Knicks sit in the 11th spot. Outside of the top 10 draft picks looking in. Now, do you trade up and get some draft and try to trade up and cough up some future draft picks to get higher in the position? No. Knicks have never been smart enough to do that. In most cases, they were dumb enough to trade down in the draft to get lamer draft picks. For example, the 2002 draft. The Knicks went into that with the number 7 pick. Instead, which eventually ended up turning into Nene, though we could have used it for Amari Stoudemire. Instead, we traded down, giving up both it and Marcus Camby to the Nuggets for a crippled Antonio McDyess and the number 25 draft pick, which turned into which turned into Frank Williams, a complete and utter bust. And don't get me started on the 2007 first round draft pick we coughed up to Chicago for Eddie Curry. Essentially, that was the same as trading down, as the draft picks were determined by record. Knicks ended up number 9 in the standings in the overall draft order that year, where the Bulls ended up number 23. Who did those turn into? Joakim Noah and Wilson Chandler, respectively. What the Knicks need is a point guard with sustainability and vitality, or at worst, at best, a combo guard they could grab. Most people are thinking, Bent, let's go to mock draft, Tankathon, and see who would be the best choices for those kinds of spots. Right now, the Knicks are projected to get Jalen Duren. We do not need another big man. This has bitten the Knicks in the ass more often than not. And a freshman big man at that. Didn't think Ochai Abaji and Ty Washington would fall as far as they have. But anyway, my picks for the Knicks to pick up fall on these lines. Dyson Daniels, Benedict Mathurin from Arizona, though he's projected to go to the Pelicans in this mock. Ochai Abaji from Kansas, though he's projected to go to the Rockets. Or hell, I wouldn't mind Kennedy Chandler from Tennessee. The Knicks could get a shooting guard in the second round. They're projected to get Max Christie, who I think is the son of Doug Christie, with the 42 pick, which I thought was forfeited. Anyway, those would be the pieces I think the players I think the Knicks should go after. But if they get taken off the board, who do you go for? Out of this bunch, Ochai would be the best pick. Ochai or Kennedy would be the best option, provided you don't let either of them slip through your fingers and go to the Rockets and Nets, respectively. And believe me, every time I've done these lottery mock sims, the Knicks have usually stayed put where they are with the pick they're projected. And I just did it now, and yes, this damn thing still says they're going to get Jalen Duren. I do not want that. The team is bloated with enough big men, and this is bitten them in the ass more often than not, going for the bigs every fucking draft year. Okay, I just did the draft sim again, and this time they dropped a spot to 12 for Johnny Davis. Whatever, but Johnny is small handed, so I don't know if this will pan out. Anyway, I'm not sure how the Knicks are going to pan out, but I'm just going to say, in terms of the rumor, I don't want it to be true that the Knicks are going to get Westbrook in such a dumbass trade, right, for Randall. No logic behind it, and it's 15 years too late for it. When you get Russell now. I don't have anything else to say. Leave a comment, smash the like, sub to the channel. Till next time, Mets 2128 signing out. Goodbye. Good night. Bang.